Zach.
I'm Morrow.
We're going to do something a little different today. We've been talking a lot about open world games, and so this isn't necessarily a top 10 or 12. We're going to do 6 each, but just want to talk to you guys a little bit about some of our favorite open world games and why we enjoy them. So, Morrow.
I do have an order.
Okay, yeah, well, that's fine.
Okay.
You take care of your half.
Yeah.
So we're going to do 5, and then we're going to use this $50 for the last one. We're going to do a coin toss for whoever gets to do the 11th one. So let's get started. Why don't you do the honors?
Okay. Well, first of all, open world games. I feel like there's a few rules on what defines an open world game.
Okay, yeah.
I'm thinking 3D.
Okay.
It has to be 3D.
Okay.
Maybe, span open map. And the action needs to be integral to the open world.
Okay.
Like the open world needs to be central to the gameplay.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, yeah.
And then another one is that you can play it forever without actually doing any story. There's a lot for you to do without completing progress in the story.
Yeah.
But I feel like I'm going to choose games that don't follow these lines. But I think that they might be. And then the last one I can think is that when you see an open world game, you'll know it.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad that you did this. I'm glad, and I'm also glad we didn't discuss it before. One little behind the curtain for you all out there: we don't discuss anything before we start. So, anyway, so let's check it out. I think all of my games will meet your criteria. Criteria, I believe that's the plural. So why don't you do the honors?
Number 5 for me is 2014's Far Cry 4.
Okay, and why are you picking Far Cry?
It's a really great looking game. Has the best hallmarks of open world, and it's a first person open world. You can't. That's not really done that much. Grand Theft Auto kind of made it a third person thing.
Yeah, there are very few open world first person games. Okay.
And it's really fun to just swim and jump off waterfalls, flying gyrocopters. It's a really fun game.
Gyrocopters are always fun.
Yeah.
Did you ever play Blood Dragon?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. That's
I heard
the only Far Cry
I heard it was
game I've
great,
played.
actually.
Yeah, it's the only one I've played. Okay, so my first choice in no particular order, and Sleeping Dogs, and I bought this overseas, so that's why it's got the weird labeling at the bottom. Sleeping Dogs is a fantastic open world game. It's kind of like if you mixed Hong Kong action film with open world design. It was meant to be a true crime game, and then it was put into development hell forever. And anyway, they rebranded it, and you follow Wei Shin, who's like infiltrating the triads, and it's the shit, man.
I've got to play it.
The fighting is really good in it. The big difference with it is that the hand-to-hand combat is actually really good, and so that's like kind of the unique thing. And then also because it's in Hong Kong, super cool. You can pick it up for like $5 on the PS3, and then PS4 you can pick up the HD upres for $20 with all the DLC. So.
That's worth it.
And Xbox One and Xbox 360. So
that's so worth it.
Completely
Sounds
worth it.
good to me.
Check it out.
My number 4 is 2015's The Phantom Pain.
Ooh,
Metal Gear Solid 5.
I've never played it.
I was absolutely obsessed with it for a long time. It's not the best story at all.
It's unfinished.
It's unfinished. But it is really addicting. Building your base and getting around, and there's a lot to do. I wish the world was a little more vibrant. That's kind of a flaw with the Metal Gear games, is that sometimes the world isn't as vibrant. It's all just kind of one similar setting, but it was a really great open world game.
Yeah, well, and I was curious about it just for that reason alone, because they were always corridor kind of games before that. So
yeah,
I was always curious about that. And you can pick that game up for $30 now.
Oh, yeah.
Game of the Year version, so that's pretty cool. All right, next up for me, one of my all-time favorites and timely, Mercenaries. This is for the original Xbox. It was also released on GameCube and PS2.
See, I haven't played this. I haven't played I don't think we've played each other's games.
It's amazing. So this game is really cool for one reason, which is the entire world is destructible. It's super fun. You play in North Korea, and you're taking down whatever leader, and it's a blast. If you don't have an Xbox 360, or excuse me, an Xbox or a GameCube,
North Korea?
Yeah, North Korea. Fuck them. You can also play Mercenaries 2 on the PS3 and Xbox 360, and it's essentially the same game. So I picked this up for $5. I think this one runs about 10. Super cheap game, tons of fun. Graphics haven't aged the greatest. This looks a little prettier. But anyway, check it out. It's definitely worth just going to town. And that's like, for me, I like this game a lot because you can steal tanks and helicopters and like from the get-go. So
we have to do a Let's Play of that.
Yeah, it's a ton of fun.
My number 3 is 2004's SpiderMan 2. Yes, this was an open world game that blew my mind because I played the first Spider-Man movie game, which was a good game when it came out, but it was not open world. And I realized when I opened up my map, I was like, oh, it's a little section of New York. And then I started swinging. I was like, wait, there's no boundaries.
Yeah.
I can go anywhere in New York.
Yeah.
And it's like, you can like swing on helicopters to go to Ellis Island. It's amazing. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like, it's like, you can go anywhere and it feels so good. Your swinging capabilities as you get better or faster and smoother. And oh my gosh, it's still smooth to play this game.
Yeah. No, I did a review a couple months ago on it. The original Xbox version. But yeah, it's a great game, and it's out for everything, and it'll run you about $10 as well, a little bit under right now. So definitely worth a look whenever you see it.
I've never played the story again.
There's no reason.
Yeah.
But it's still a lot of fun. It's a great game.
And it was really revolutionary.
Oh, blew my mind up.
Yeah.
Definitely. Well, I've got another classic. The Simpsons Hit and Run.
Kind of like Crazy Taxi-ish, but way more.
Well, no, it's
Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, it's an open world game. They took the driving
Road Rage is the
Road Rage was the Crazy Taxi clone, and then they took all the driving from that game and then put it into this game with open world stuff as well. Great game. Original writers were on it. All the voice actors are there. It's awesome. A funny story. It's a ton of fun. If you're a Simpsons fan, it's a must play. If you're a fan at all of open world games, definitely worth a play. Runs you about $15, and you can get it for the PS2, GameCube, and original Xbox. So I think the PS2 version is a little bit cheaper. I think you can find it for around 10 instead. So definitely worth a pickup.
Totally.
Keep going.
Love The Simpsons.
Definitely.
Number 2 is Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah.
That was 2010.
How do you even discuss this game? There's nothing left to talk about.
I know.
But it's so good.
I love Westerns. The story is what really makes this, because it's a Rockstar game. It's a lot like Grand Theft Auto, but on horses. But the story is way better. I like the gameplay better. It's a great game.
It's a much better shooter too. Honestly.
It is, and it's just so cool to actually run around the Wild West. And it's a different world.
Second game is coming out soon.
You want to go to a city in Grand Theft Auto? Go to New York. Yeah. And it's like, but this you can't go back to the Wild West. The time period is really the key element.
And you can pick this up, Game of the Year edition, I think for under $20 right now. Mm-hmm. Pretty sure Xbox 360, PS3.
And I think it comes with the Undead Nightmare.
Yeah, it does. Too, yeah, so it definitely does. I have a copy.
Whole game.
Did you ever play that?
No.
Oh, fuck, it's so good.
I heard.
You should definitely pick it up or borrow my copy.
Mm-hmm.
Next up. No secret, I'm a huge Yakuza fan. Yakuza 0.
That's the one that just came out.
Yes, it's the one that just came out, and I really love these games. They are open world games, and Shenmue, of course, was like its predecessor. And anyway, if you're into Japanese culture, definitely check it out. The game is a little bit expensive, but regardless of it, you can't pick up any of the games for under $20 at this point. They're all about 20 at least. So, 60 to 20 is where you're looking at. And just some people say like, well, I don't know where to start. Well, you can start with Yakuza 0 because it's a prequel. But if you don't want to do that, just start. Like, they all have sort of reviews of the other storylines and stuff. So if you care to get into the lore, but honestly, just play these games. They're amazing.
There's wikias out there to read about lore and stuff.
Yeah, don't let it hold you back.
I still, even though I've played all the Metal Gear games a billion times, I still need to go to the wiki to figure out, like, who's that again and what's going on. It's so complex.
Yakuza's a little clearer than that, but yeah.
So before I get to my number one, I have to give out, Breath of the Wild it's too early for me to put this in my top 5. Mm-hmm. It's a great game, too early. It's not the best open world experience for me because it's kind of already been done. Mm-hmm. If this came out 10 years ago, it would be mind-blowing. But it is a great game. And if I had to say, if you call this an open world game, I'd put it in my number 1.
It's definitely an open world game.
But I don't think so.
Well, then why'd you put it in?
Let's make this.
It's not. I've put it in just to say that if you count that, that's what I would have put. But but because I don't count it, it's not my number 1. Even though it's a lot of open world, I think that the map isn't sandboxy enough. There's a lot of maps that aren't in the open world, like going into the penguin's lair or going.
Okay.
I don't know. For some reason, it just doesn't. It feels more Zelda, which is kind of open world too. I don't know. I have a hard time.
Well,
so
you seem torn. So
that's why I've chosen this as my number 1, Assassin's Creed 2, but actually my favorite, Black Flag.
Yeah. Well, any of them. Yeah. They're all
2
open
was the most revolutionary. Black Flag is the best, though, in my opinion. It's an open world game at its finest. It's just there's variety. There's a big open world.
yeah, it's there.
And it's a good game. I don't know. That's all I can say.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the shipbuilding part of it. I got really into making my pirate ship as beast as possible. Not necessarily a number 1, but Mafia 2 is an absolute must play for any open world fan. This is the game of the year, so it comes with the DLC. Pick it up for $20 or so. It's basically about this guy who gets caught up with the mob, and anyway, the story, if you're a fan of mob lore, Godfather, anything like that, it's really good. It's a fairly proficient cover-based shooter. The driving is a little wonky, but it is a really, really great game and definitely deserves anybody's time. Mm-hmm. So are you ready for the flip?
Yeah.
All right. Heads or tails?
Tails.
Okay.
Miles, tails per hour.
It's tails.
Ah!
So go ahead.
This is my number 6. Grand Theft Auto 5.
Yeah.
Duh.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the best. And that might have been your 6.
No, it's not.
Oh.
My 6th was Skate.
Oh, interesting.
Open world game.
Wow.
There are very few open world skateboarding games. Skate kind of is the only one. But anyway.
Makes me want to play Steep. I heard that was a pretty cool
game. Yeah. And then there was also another one recently came out too called Infinite Air that looked pretty cool.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway. Yeah.
Metal Gear, Grand Theft Auto 5. It's kind of like the best of Grand Theft Auto. It doesn't have the wackiness of San Andreas or Vice City.
Yeah.
Which Saints Row kind of took off with, but it is just a really good game. It's the only Grand Theft Auto that I've beaten the story.
Yeah.
And that's saying something because the other ones are good stories. It's just this is the only one I've beaten because it was that good.
Yeah, I liked that game a lot, and I put a lot of time into it for sure. Mm-hmm. All right, well, there we go. Let us know below if you have any suggestions for future videos, or if you have any thoughts about it, our choices.
Maybe we should go and play the Shenmue Passport disc.
Okay.